Good evening, and good evening to Carla, Kevin, and Addy, if that's how you pronounce your name. Or is it Adi? Sorry, 5 minutes late, and do apologise. Eating dinner, and then looks at the clock, and it's like, oh shit. So today's bot number 6, and why is it when you look at these fucking calendars, you can't see the number 6? That looks like a number 6 there. 7, 11, 12, 13. Is that the 6? No. Okay, now. Let me just get the good evening, Mr. Bowen Buildings. It's been a while, matey. So let me just get the torch out because I don't want to be opening the wrong day. Not that I think anybody's got the same bloody advent calendar. That looks like a 6. Okay, now these numbers. I tell you. Let's spin this bastard around because I can't see the numbers. Pardon my French. Didn't think I could speak French, did you? Yeah, that's number 6. So, right. Well, it's purple, whatever it is. Good evening. So, purple can with some sort of chicken on. Something about foot cancer, as far as I can read. Let me just turn that off. So I'm on the Wi-Fi, which is amazing because my phone is crap, the connection. So it says here, foot cancer beer project with a collaboration with Aslin Beer Co. There you can see on the back, if you can read that. There we go, up there. There we go, foot cancer. Aslin Beer Co. To be honest, yeah, fuck it. A villain in every pot. A sour ale brewed with blackberries, blueberries, milk sugar, and vanilla. 6% ABV. Decent ABV. I'm up for a 6% ABV. Then again, I'm up for a 16% ABV. Never did care. Overloaded with blackberries and blueberries, this purple monster is finished with vanilla and milk sugar to achieve that smooth, creamsicle mouthfeel that will make you scream. Not sure it's going to make me scream, but hopefully not, in the grand scheme of things. Good evening, Carla. Yeah, today I was over at the Newark work site, but yeah, cold day. First thing, it's very difficult because on a cold day as a gardener, there are jobs you can't do for obvious reasons because it's cold, everything's stuck to the ground. So pruning, burning are the things of the day, or doing stuff that you can move stuff around. Not raking leaves, not mowing. We still do mow at this time of the year. Literally, you mow all winter long now. Gone are the days. But no notification. That's shit, isn't it, mate? Especially when I put it on. I mean, I can understand if I don't put a notification on, just go live straight away. Boof. But when you put it on, yeah, basically, good evening, Seaside Cloud. Basically, 99.9% of the time, I do exactly as I want, which, if I was a bit of an arse and a lazy bugger, I could get away with blue murder. The problem is that, 1, I'm not a lazy bugger. 2, I need to keep warm. So you're outside, you need to keep warm. You absolutely need to keep warm in this weather. So you have to work hard. And, so they know that, especially when it's raining, they know that. Good evening, Craig H. Good evening, Disco. How are you? But yeah, so, you have to work hard. Any outdoor worker knows this, it's very tough. But no one wants to get sent home. I don't want to get sent home. The only times I've done that is when I've got loads of loo time and I've just said, stuff it, I'm going home. But Christmas is coming up and I'd rather have 2 extra days at Christmas than go home in an early day. And then, I'd rather be off at Christmas. The workforce and the boss know I absolutely work as hard as hell. Yeah. I've always been the same. I've got an anxiety thing where I have to, if in my work, I have to show people that I've done an 8-hour day. And for my own benefit, not just for them. I don't really care about what they think. For my own benefit, I have to show an 8-hour day, a solid, absolutely. I absolutely, need to do this for my own benefit. And you managed to get a Fuller's Vintage from Waitrose today. How much was it? Yeah, I'm asking the same question. So yeah, on this can it says the Fuck Cancer Beer Project, £6. I'm sure Adam Mersey Beers said it was cheaper. Oh, the beer drinking side of your personality. Well, the boss knows that I do beer reviews, and I remember saying to him at one stage, "I've reached 1,000 subscribers, and now it's literally 4,000 and 100 and something." So yeah, they know. Yeah. Why they don't get me to review the beers as a promotional aspect on their website is beyond me, because when I want and when I don't do the the tangents and all that, I can actually chuck out an half decent review. I can go down Posh Avenue and I can actually do a review which sounds rather professional. Yeah, not very often, but these things happen. Yeah, the work did have Raggy's gold nail. Yeah, most of it went down me and the boss. Yeah, he cracked it open. We both wore it. Yeah, it was a fucking hilarious day. If I'd have got a video, he'd be pissing himself as well. I do apologise, no swearing. But yeah. Got one from Booths. Think it was £5, but obviously not much unless you have a branch. I wish we had a Booths near us. Definitely need to get to Booths. Good evening, Ali. How are you? I haven't done anything on the Raggy's Gardening channel for a long time. I just feel there's just too much to do. I don't know how people can do it. They've obviously got more. There's people like Theme Park Worldwide have got a lot more time than I have to spend on channels, and I spend enough time as it is. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, talking about car troubles. Yeah, I've had enough of that in the past. Yeah, this year at least. Gregarious beer drinking. So this beer, the Fuck Cancer Beer Project, has been able to unite some of the most exciting craft beer brands from across the UK and beyond, with some of the best ingredients available, producing some of the most indulgent and flavourful beer we can, to raise both awareness and funds for cancer causes. Everyone involved in this project has been touched by the disease in some form, and together we would like you to raise a glass with us saying "fuck cancer." Absolutely agree with that as well. So this was brewed in the United States by Aslin Brew Company. It does say so on the back there. Whether you can read it or not, well, that's another thing. So you're a bit tipsy. Fair play. Can't fault you. Funnily enough, in between the last beer review and this beer review, I did another beer review. We're not talking too much about that. You'll see it tomorrow. And oh shoot, that was lively. Nice Pomona Stout in my advent calendar tonight. Good to see you've got the advent calendar. Let me just get this moisture off my Chromebook, because the last thing I don't want is anything going wrong with my Chromebook. Can't afford the £500 for another Chromebook. Just cracking a beer after day's graft. Off to edit finals of the Alter Ego unboxing video before darts tonight. Oh, fair play. My nan survived cancer in her 20s. Wow, yeah. Sister is terminal. She's only 31. Shit, mate. That's god awful. I lost a cousin, Anthony, at the age of 15. 15, no life whatsoever. I lost another cousin at 20 to cancer. My mum to, she was 66. Yeah, it's an evil bloody thing. When you open them, are you secretly open for a stout? Lol. It baffles me how stout isn't anywhere near as popular as pale ale lager. It's funny, I'm always interested to see what comes out. I mean, sometimes, if it's a beer that you really don't want to be drinking, or a brewery you really can't stand, you're like, oh, fuck's sakes. And, beneath me skin, I'm saying that, whether or not I put it on camera, at least. Yeah, Chromebooks are really expensive, decent ones. This is actually a decent Chromebook. The wife bought it primarily for beer reviews, for streaming, because it's got good reviews for streaming. Yeah, and obviously the prices have gone up since then. So it says show there. Why does it say show? I don't know why it's done that. Benjamin, do you know something? My wife's grandma, we met her in her 60s. She died 88. She had cancer for 20 years. Obviously not, the top grade cancer, but she had cancer for 20 years. So never had any things with it. She didn't die of cancer in the end, more old age than cancer. So it just goes to show you that sometimes it's not that. Rasco and Disco. That's why I can't do Advent calendars. I just buy beer I actually want to drink. Disco, absolutely agree, mate. I didn't do the adventure beer calendar for a year because I got the same bloody beers I had the year before. And it pissed me off. It's like, I'm not fucking drinking the same beers year in, year out. And this year he's changed it. He says, I'm going to give you beers that you haven't drank before. Sadly, some of them have actually drank, but, the thought's there, he obviously doesn't realise that I've actually had some of the beers that, wasn't bought from him. But at least he tried. And that's the good thing. Same with low cost. Don't think I had a low-cost beer calendar last year because it was a bit. Some of the beers. The last time I had one, I had a fucking some sort of wine at the end, and I'm like, oh, about an hour and a half, Carla. Yeah. So lightning seeds. We got there. Doors opened at 6:30, and Andy, who I was with, who gifted for my wedding, he gifted me the ticket to go to Madness. I was a bit out of my comfort zone, to be fair. But it was a good night, different. I was more watching the graphics. Tell you what, the presentation of concerts has changed massively. Yeah, I lost my dog last year. I couldn't do it. Trying to find beers I entered. Yeah, that's the story as well. Yeah. Yeah, there was on for a good hour and a half, and it was better when the songs that came on, because you could get into that. There were several songs that they did. Obviously, they put a lot of songs out over the years. And I've not listened to Madness for a long time. I remember all the 80s songs, but yeah, I know all the 80s songs, but some of the songs that came on, I'm like, I've never even heard this, But you listen, and it was interesting to see people's reactions. The biggest pop were for the 80s songs, and that's amongst all the people that were there. I mean, at the end, they went off stage, they got back on stage and did another 3 songs, and then it ended. And yeah, but a good hour and a half. Lightning Seeds as well. We had them. We were watching them for like 40 minutes. And when It's Coming Home came on, oh, bless you. That was electrifying. that song. Isn't it? 14 minutes in, 15 minutes in now. I've not even had a bloody sip yet. So, lovely looking beer from Aslin from America. One beer beyond. One beer beyond. Do. My house in the middle of Raggy Street. Our house in the Raggy Avenue. Well, there's a beer. Yeah. And I can actually say I've actually had a commercial Raggy Avenue beer. Doubtful we'll ever see it again, but unless they actually brew it again. So yeah, from Virginia in the United States. I'm just trying to remind myself what the beer is. Sour ale brewed with blackberries, blueberries, milk sugar, and vanilla. 6%. Yeah, there's not much head, is there? Fair play. Certainly an aroma of blackberries and blueberries on the taste, on the aroma and the taste. Oh, Raggy trousers. Yeah, someone said that earlier, to be fair. And could you imagine that? That'd be absolutely hilarious. And dubbing over it. The graphics, though, in the background, half the time I was just watching the graphics. I was listening to the music, but watching the graphics. They've certainly got a bit of an anti-war thing going on in their graphics. When you've had too many parties on here in the Advent Calendar and need to rush the toilet. Yeah. These things happen. Yeah, unfortunately. Rattling Mum is situated on Raggy Avenue. I rewatched the review last night. Did you? Yeah. I don't rewatch reviews, to be honest. Yeah. I always feel embarrassed watching them. And I don't try and rewatch myself. Apart from the really pissed up ones where I watch and just laugh at myself, because some of them are ridiculously hilarious. And yeah, some. I do think out of all the beer reviewers, I'm probably the most unique, because I don't see any of them doing pissed up beer reviews. Not that I know anyway. Although Simon, at the end of his review, sometimes does get a bit intoxicated. And I think that's when he gets into trouble. But in the grand scheme of things. Did you go to Neon Raptor? No, I don't think Neon Raptor are open on the Tuesday. Usually Thursday, Friday, Saturday for Neon Raptor in this time of the year. I like the 11 o'clock piss reviews. Kitchen, yeah, Jesus Christ. Never get away these days. Every time I crawl out of bed these days to go for a wee, the wife's up and she's waking up and like, next minute she's looking at, what are you doing? I'm like, going for a wee. And yeah, that's the menopause, bless her. Hits ladies. Luckily, men don't have to go through the menopause. We just go through fucking balding, stress and anxiety and all that shit. But good evening, Lee. As you get older, these things, it's scary, isn't it? Getting old, going grey and all that bollocks, and the menopause for the ladies. So Raggy is our leader. So that, funnily enough, is quite funny, the backstory. So at my workplace, we'll start at the start of the day. Yeah, let's take a trip down Raggy Avenue, shall we say. So at the start of the day, it was the Christmas party at Streetwise, 2018, I think it was. I think my last one at that company. And got back in the yard at 12 o'clock, and a couple of the lads, two cracking lads, were handing out the 60% rum. Do you want any of this? Fucking do, mate. Get down, mate. Oof. Drank the rum, and got there, had a beer. Other people had like these little drums of fucking Jack Daniels and what, and after, yeah, come on then, let's have it. Got that. And then they had the awards for the Gardener of the Year. And the Gardener of the Year, all of a sudden, fucking, the person who won it was never the Gardener of the Year. laziest little fucker going, and he won the Gardener of the Year, and that pissed me off because I absolutely, without being a big head, are head and shoulders above what they are, and I give my all the time, always have done. So that pissed me off. And then it was Worker of the Year, and the person who got Worker of the Year, fucking bone idle, absolute piss taker, and that pissed me off royally. So I've had a drink, I'm pissed off. And then the person who did the bingo, she was an absolute bitch. Awful person. She was slagging off mine and Zoe, who I work with, our work, even though our work was probably the best in the company. And she knew fuck all about gardening, trying to tell us our jobs. I forgot more about gardening than she'll ever know. But that's not the point. But she was not a nice person. And she was, so anyway, I had a drink, and I got Zoe next to me over the blonde hair and the red dress. And she's feeding me water, but I was already steaming. And then they're putting out the numbers, like 189. I'm going, 89. And I'm doing it ever so loud. I didn't give an absolute fuck. And I did that for half an hour. So that 30-second video you've seen, imagine that for half an hour. I've got the bosses, everyone who's in charge looking at me and absolutely hating me. And yeah, it was funny as hell. Yeah. Yeah. However, I didn't get the sack. I don't know. No. I left the job less than a year later anyway, and then went to that shitty job. But yeah, it was funny. If I had somebody to video the whole event, that would be hilarious, because royally, that was absolute. I was on form that literally not many people have seen me be that brutal. And yeah, that's a pissed off version of me. When you're giving it them back, when they're in the wrong and you're giving it them in full throttle. Oh, she was obnoxious. I mean, she did lose. I think the same person did lose a daughter through cancer, which is really sad. Really sad. But the person herself, she was awful person. But yeah, funny day. And we were supposed to go out drinking all the way through the night. I fell asleep in the car on the way home and staggered home, and I was in bed for about 5 o'clock. We started off at 11 though, so yeah, steaming out my arse. Managed to get a box of 12 Fuller's Vintage Ale. It was on the Black Friday deal the other week. Includes a 2002. Fucking hell. That is amazing. Ooh. Good evening, Mr. Stout King. Centaur Army is back. Yes. So Centaur Army is back. Bang the Elephants are bringing out beers. Can't afford it. This is a stupid. Why do you all do it at exactly the same time? It's cost of living crisis. Can't afford all these stupidly lovely beers. And I ain't got a clue. I'm working this Saturday, to be fair. So I'm going to have to go down to Neon Wrap to maybe get the 2 beers I want. Try and get the Bang the Elephant beers, and that's it for Christmas then. But it'll be a nice Christmas nonetheless. I'm hoping to have 2.5 weeks off work and just chill at home and just enjoy a fantastic time off work and embrace a bit of free will. So from the Fuck Cancer Beer Project, or the FUCK Cancer Beer Project, an Aslin Brewing Company out of the USA. It's a blackberry and blueberry sour. And it's certainly, you can smell both the elements, you can taste both the elements. A bit of vanilla, lactose involved, but it's tasting lovely, to be fair. Went to Tesco Top Valley today, didn't see any Old Peculiar on the shelves in cans or bottles. The only way you'll know about that, Carla, is to look at if there's an empty space with a ticket. If the ticket's still there, they still sell it. If the ticket's not there, then it's gone off. Now, with supermarkets, I've worked on the BWS at Sainsbury's, so I know this. Sometimes, because of availability, they'll dress a line off, basically remove the ticket. But if it's coming in the next few days, they won't. So the only thing I can say is, next time you go in, have a look. If the ticket's still there, then they still sell it. If the ticket's not there, then either there's an availability issue, or it's been discontinued at Sainsbury's. I would be extremely surprised if Old Peculiar was not at Sainsbury's, but not surprised. Supermarkets these days, their traditional ranges of beer, shocking. I mean, the craft beer ranges are crap. It's all Beavertown and bloody Brewdog, Northern Monk and Buxton mostly. A bit of vocation, but that's about it. Yeah, there's not much in. Probably about another 7 or 8 minutes. Yeah. I've already been warned about the 40 minutes, so need to, keep it steady, as it were. The original Jet Black Art, the oatmeal one, I think I did, years ago. I've certainly tried the Brewdog rather, not Blue Dog. The Brewdog, there was something similar that was an imperial form, like 11%, something called Black Art or something, Jet something. Sure we did. Old Peculiar is quite often in Lidl or Aldi. Probably cheaper as well. Slightly cheaper. I do wonder how the supermarkets get their pricing, because Morrison's pricing is the most weirdest of pricings. I get the 4 for free. I understand that totally. But Rainwright's at £2.75 in Morrison's. In Sainsbury's, it's £2. Sainsbury's were always more expensive than Morrison's, and yet Sainsbury's now is possibly them and Tesco's the cheapest of the supermarkets, and both got the biggest modern traditional beer walls, as it were. Can't think of the bloody word. So there's the beer. Like you say, not much of a head. A little bit of a head, dissipated absolutely quickly as hell there. I mean, the colour, like a raspberry sort of colour going on there. Drove past Majesty's Prison Nottingham on the way home and saw a drone hovering outside one of the walls. Makes you wonder if it was a druggy drone, doesn't it? Dropping the drugs off. These things happen. Yeah, Old Peculiar is a nice beer. It's a standout old-fashioned beer. And it's still a decent beer as well. Some beers don't last with time. The Shepherd and Neem beers at the moment are suffering massively. Beer and Buildings. Range refreshers. Nottingham seems to be one of the last places in the country to get beers. When I look at people like Bowman Beer Reviews, Scott and Wonder, they've got beers literally 3 weeks ahead of what we've got in Nottingham. You see the reviews come up. Not that I see many reviews these days from other beer reviewers, whether they're all still doing beer review. I know Barry's All the Beer No Ideas actually stopped. Well, I think he has. But whether the rest of them are doing them or not, that back in the day, Bowman and Scott and Wonder were the first people in the country to get the beers reviewed, much to the annoyance of a certain fellow in Wales. Although, yeah, Drugs Joe, got to be on it. Old P got me into beer. What got me into beer? Mansfield Bitter, years and years ago, like 30 years ago even. I'm off to the Cock and Hoop on Sunday. Hopefully got some nice stouts on. They had some nice beers on yesterday. Cock and Hoop. Don't bother with What's round the corner? Obviously, you've got the Castle Rock pub. I can't remember the bloody name of it now. Castle Rock pub's round the corner from the Cock and Hoop. Good evening. Blushy Exma. Yep, I forgot the name of the Castle Rock pub that's literally 100 yards away from Cock and Hoop. How bad's that? Obviously, Junkyard's not far away. Kilpin Beer Calf. There's some great. I mean, I like the Barrel Drop in Nottingham. We may be going down on Friday night to take our son to see all the Christmas decorations in town. Cock and Fanny. There's a pub near you called the Cock and Fanny. Fucking hell. Okay. Yeah. Don't know how to get away with that. You're not in this day and age, you know. God, dear, oh dear. It's funny. Has anybody been not making it up? Jesus. Has anybody been watching what's happening in Holland with the new Dutch Prime Minister? Whether it's bollocks, on just on social media, but he's saying that if you don't like this country, get out. And apparently he's very anti-Muslim and Islamophobia. And obviously everyone's got their own, you know, what they think on all that, whether you say it publicly or not. But very interesting, you know. It makes you wonder, in the world we're in, what's going to go on. And, you know, the pub name, More Cock In, always makes me smig. Yeah. I'm going Yorkshire Wildlife Park Friday for illuminations. I was lying about the Cock and Fanny. Fair play. The Red Lion, we've got a Red Lion in Nottingham as well. The Queen's Head. Queen's Head, what's that about? But the world we're in, you know, when people see trouble on the streets, and it's predominantly because of certain people or certain whatever religions, and you can understand why the majority of people who are there in their countries in the first place speak out. And obviously, if that's what's happened in Holland, then can you see a tidal wave across Europe? I think it will come, you know. When you see boats of people coming across the channel to Britain, and it's people claiming asylum. But if I was claiming asylum from any country in the world, my wife and family would be on that boat before me. And that's the sad part of the world. Keen's Head is the world, you know, is what I meant to say. Keen's Head is the Castle Rock craft beer pub around the corner. Amazing pub. The media are just a shitbag. So all media are wankers. I hate a lot of them. Yeah. So better knock off because I'll only get a bollocking. This is a lovely looking beer. And if you can see it on the camera, there we go. So from Aslin Foot Cancer Project. Raspberry looking colour pour. Not quite salmon. Pinky colour. Pinky red. I don't know. Raspberry coloured. Taste of blackberry and blueberry all day long. Lovely sour, tarty flavour to it. Smells it. Taste it. It's a lovely beer. Yeah, but you can understand, Carla, you know, to sample any beer, that's taking money out of the till in a lot of ways. And as a small business, you know, the bigger breweries may be able to do it, but the small breweries, it's very, you know, it costs them. Every time, you know, you imagine 50 people in a day saying, can I have a sample of your Impy? Costs a lot of money. I mean, I won't let, if I'd brewed an Impy stout, I'd say no samples, you know. Yeah, you can smell it. You're not fucking drinking it. So I'm busy on Friday. I may well need. Raggy needs 10 samples for his to buy a sample of him. Yeah. If I'm going into town Friday, I'm having a fucking couple of samples of Impies. Yeah, get a sniff down you. But yeah, lovely beer, American brewed for the Cancer Project, and absolutely you can understand it. My daughter wrote a name below after a bit of advice. I'm brewing Evil Dog for the first time. Fair play, lovely beer. To bottle tomorrow, how much brewing sugar would you recommend in each 500ml bottle? One teaspoon, matey. 1 teaspoon. That's enough. Yeah. Did you do Evil Dog to the absolute what it tells you to do, to the recipe? You didn't add extra sugar or anything like that. You should get a beer between 7.5 and 8%. The mixed race woman behind the bar. Oh, Amy. Amy, that's Amy. That is. Yeah, she's lovely. She is. Amy is. Yeah, she's the landlord, the owner of Barrel Drop. Yeah, she's lovely. But anyway, fantastic beer. Lives up to its, lovely sour, blueberries, blackberries. At a 5. Would I drink it again? Yes, absolutely. Will I see it again? No, probably never. Never. These beers seem to come and go very quickly. Good 4.4 out of 5 for me. And that's it, sadly, for tonight. Go on, knock off, don't want to bollocking. And it's already 8:45. And yeah. But thank you all for joining in. Thank you for joining Raggy's beer reviews, live beer reviews. All the beer review chat. It's all good fun. And I hope everyone has a good day. And back tomorrow for 1 at 5 and probably 1 at 9, not 1 at 8, because I've got that little into karate for him to be bullied by some little twat. But yeah, if I said a little twat, he's getting one on the chin. But there you go. Good evening to us as well. Yeah, she's very nice. Yeah. Yeah, I think she's mixed race, to be fair. But yeah. You'll love Evil Dog. You'll love it. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Evil Dog's really nice, especially if you put another bag of sugar in. Poof. Triple IPA. Cheers.